Welcome to Round Glass, and a really warm welcome to you. I'm Vishvapani Blomfield, and thank you so much for joining me. This is the 6th session on my series on engaging imagination, and it's wonderful that you can be sharing the practice today. In this practice, we're going to be using the setting sun as an image of the heart, an image of the emotions. And the sun illuminating you from within, shining from outside and from inside. And we'll be evoking the kind of experience that goes with the setting sun. So now what time of day is it where you are? First thing in the morning, our bodies feel a certain way, and then that changes through the day. And the sunset is a particular time, which means a particular experience. The strongest sunsets I ever saw when I stayed in Tenerife on the Canary Islands. They're part of Spain, but they're off the coast of Africa. And then on the coast, these huge holiday resorts. But the center of the island is an enormous dormant volcano. And I was staying at a place that was halfway up the slope, halfway up the mountain. And in the evening, I sat on the veranda and looked out over the ocean. And the sky filled each day with the most amazing sunsets. Every day was different. And the scene kept changing through the half hour or so it took for the sun to set. So the sun lit up the striped clouds with purples and blues, and the whole sky coloured right down to where the sun dipped into the sea and then the water burned like gold and crimson. And the scene just kept changing, slowly shifting, which meant you could take in all of the subtle hues, one blending into another. And then there was the light itself, which was warm and glowing, the setting sun above the round ocean. And let me tell you, those sunsets lit up the whole world, and the world inside me glowed and shone. So that's what we're going to be engaging with. And I want to thank everyone for sharing in the chat. I see it's morning time for some of you, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., bright and early for some of you. And it really is so good to hear your greetings, and connect with you. And so good morning back to you, or good afternoon, or good evening if you're somewhere else. So in this session, we're going to be using the image of the sun to evoke the qualities of warmth and love and inner richness. Maybe you look at sunsets each evening, or then again, perhaps you've never really given them much attention. And it doesn't matter, because we'll be imagining the sunset. And the key is the feelings the sunset evokes, okay? This is practice, the sunset practice, draws on an ancient Buddhist meditation on a figure called Amitabha. He's the Buddha of the West, the Buddha of the setting sun, and Amitabha bathes human beings in his luminous, deep red light. He embodies compassion, and his soft, glowing light bathes the whole world with love. So this is meditation for the heart and the emotions. Just let the image touch you. So we'll settle in, and if any questions come up for you during the practice, please ask in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them when we've finished. So let's get set up. Just find a way to sit that's going to be comfortable, but also alert. So maybe thinking how you want to relate to the screen. You don't have to sit in front of the screen. You could do, or you could go more into your own world and just separate from the screen, especially if the eyes are closed. You can have your eyes open, but don't be looking all around the room. Find out what's best for you now. So as we settle down, just asking how it feels to bring awareness to our experience. Our experience in this moment. And just feeling the body resting on the floor, resting on the earth. Maybe take a breath, sensing, not thinking, settling. So we'll take our awareness through the body. So feeling the feet and the knees, the legs. So just coming up the body as if the body was filling up. Imagine it's filling up with water, or awareness, or light, or something. So filling up from the bottom, inhabiting the body, filling up through the torso, through the shoulders and the arms, the neck and the head, on the face, letting the face be soft, soft eyes, feeling how the body moves with the breath, rising and falling. In the belly, feeling the tummy rising, settling down. In the heart, just settling into the area around the heart. Feeling the lungs filling with air, softening, the chest rising and falling. And as we take our awareness to the heart, just connecting with our emotional experience. So something you might like to do is just place one hand on your chest, just like this. And feeling the pressure and the warmth, but sensing that this is a gentle touch. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling the emotional core, the heart. We might keep our hand there. You might keep the hand here all the way through the practice. Or place it down in your lap. So staying in touch with the heart and imagining, sensing that we're looking out across a lake or the sea. And the sun is setting in front of us. Maybe seeing the sun, bringing to mind the image of a red or golden orb. Dipping into the sea. Golden red. Just sensing the colours. Colours illuminating the ocean. So the ocean glows, burns. A trail of light between us and the sun. Broken by the waves. Sensing the light emanating from the sun, shining out, warm, soft, glowing light. Tinted with red, tinted with gold. The light falls upon us, bathes us, warms us. Bathing in the light. Touching the heart. Filling the heart with golden red light. The illumined heart. Responding to the sun. Glowing. Resonating. And feeling that this warm red light that falls upon us from the setting sun is filled with love. And that it's love that bathes us. Love that touches our hearts. That we absorb through our skin. That we breathe in. Whose warmth we feel on our skin. That fills the body. Shines in the heart. And the body glows, fills with glowing light. Breathing. Just staying with this image. The sunset above the sea. The light shining upon us, the heart filling with light. Filling with peace, deep peace. Love. Settling, breathing, noticing the heart within us, the sun in our imagination. Perhaps now imagining that the scene moves, the sun dips further beneath the ocean. The light changes. As the sunset comes to an end. And the scene fades. Just leaving us with a sense of the body and the breath. And this moment. Just absorbing the practice. Breathing. So we'll start to make a transition, just a very gentle transition. I'm just introducing a little bit of movement with the fingers, maybe rolling the shoulders, and just reactivating the sensations of the body. The body just tends to stiffen a little bit, as we said. So moving in a way that's right for you. By moving a little bit, we gradually externalize our awareness from being very internal to more external, and we can open our eyes. So let's just take a few minutes, even having opened our eyes now, to absorb the practice. And of course, if you want to just stay with the practice, to stay with your eyes closed, that's absolutely fine. And continue meditating for as long as you like. But as we reflect, maybe just asking how it was to imagine the sunset, and which elements of the practice struck you in particular. So we don't have to reflect in this way with a practice, but it can help just to identify things. Maybe it was the image of the sun, or even the quality of the light. For me, that was what was really resonating, that lovely, soft light of a sunset. And then there's the experience of the light as it fills the heart. So those were the elements of the practice. It might be that actually none of that was really what was in your mind. It was something else. Either way, it would be great to hear from you. Please do put comments in the chat if there's anything you'd like to share. I think the significance of this practice is that it's about the emotions. However intelligent we may be, what really moves us, what really directs our lives and makes us who we are, is our emotions. So in meditation, we need ways to contact that emotional core. One of the things we're always doing in meditation is working with attention and settling attention. But that needs to include our emotions as well. So how can we contact that? How can we have a sense of it? And then how can we nourish it? And images are good because they speak to us in a way that isn't about ideas. So for me, the image of the sun is a way to feel that I'm in touch with something really deep, in myself, but also some kind of source of love and life in the world. And I do like to stay in touch with that image and that kind of image in the course of my day, and maybe that's something you can explore. How can the image of the sun in the heart, how can that sustain us? It needn't be an image necessarily. It could be the feeling that the heart is glowing with warmth. Now, if you contact that in a meditation practice, then later in the day you can evoke that. But maybe you have your own way of connecting with this. So I've suggested the sun and the heart, but what is your way of connecting with that inner core? How does it feel to be in touch with that? So I think we can just ask ourselves these questions. One way to ask the question is, how does it feel to be disconnected from, you know, myself, from my emotions. I think I know how that feels for myself. You know, I know what it feels to be in touch. I know what it feels to be disconnected. So then it's, you know, we can start to reflect what helps me to stay in touch. And what is it? Is it a general thing to do with our lifestyle, or is it just something in the moment where we just cut off? Now, of course, you know, I'm talking as if you were having a particular experience. Maybe it wasn't any of those things. You know, that's fine. If you're not having this wonderful experience of love and the sun, all that, it doesn't mean there's something wrong. Using an image means exploring. It means seeing what you respond to. And not everyone responds to visual images. So, okay, there's someone saying in the chat, they found themselves very emotional when I put my hand on the heart. And the warmth and the visualization together was intense. Yes, yes. So it's interesting how we respond. Just stay with that, just explore it. Okay, you may learn more through the body or through hearing. Okay, so let's just reflect on something that's said by Thich Nhat Hanh in his book, The Sun, My Heart, which is a lovely book. The Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, who's very well known, says that we can meditate on the sun as our second heart. And we can feel that the body is glowing with the light of the sun, and that is what it truly means to be alive. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you. It's lovely to have you with me. You can follow me on my profile, where you can practice this session again and see when I'm going live next. So have a good day and keep feeling your heart, keep glowing, keep shining.